Hey guys, welcome back to the garage with the Ducati Scrambler project one more time. Why the Scrambler one more time instead of the rest of the bikes? Well, because I keep receiving so many messages asking me to make a video on how to remove the fuel tank that at this point it cannot be ignored anymore. I thought it was a pretty straightforward procedure. I looked in the manual, seemed fairly straightforward, went online, and a whole can of worm opened up. Apparently, people are having problem with the fuel line, with the connectors down there. So, you know what? Enough with the chit chat. Let's get on it. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is remove the seat, which you guys should know how to do. Second thing you can do without using any tool is remove the collar over here. Now, this collar, it's easy to remove. You just have to grab and pull. It's on rubber grommets and it just comes out. Side, pull out, and top, pull up. Wiggle it, and that's it. And the collar is out. Once the collar is removed, we have 4 bolts, 2 in the back, 2 up front. Now, the 2 in the back are actually 8 millimeters, so you can get a regular wrench and just undo them. The front screw over here happens to be a T30. And remember, behind it, there is a washer. Like the one just fell. Now that you've taken off the screw that holds the tank down, it's time to grab the most expensive, most complicated tool in my toolbox. The albesadv 2x4. And as always, pull up and set it down like that. Now, the Scrambler, it's very busy under there and the lines are short, so the tank itself, it doesn't go much farther up without pulling a whole bunch of stuff. So this is the most you're gonna be able to pull it up. Now at this point, you gotta go in and disconnect a whole bunch of stuff. The stuff you need to disconnect is the ground wire, the fuel pump connector, 2 fuel lines, and to the front of the tank you need to disconnect the breather hose and the drain line. There is a overflow line that is over there. People usually start with the fuel lines, but the fuel lines are right in the middle and you gotta go around the electrical lines and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is disconnect the electrical lines first. The easiest one of them all is the ground wire down here. Pull it off the connector. Here it is. And is this little line over here. The second one is the classic connector where you pull, you stuff your hand in there in the back, pull the lip down and unplug. And you'll understand when I show you the connector, but there is really not much space, especially now for my Holger hands. So you stuff it in there, should make like a sound. There it is. And it's this connector over here, and you can put it aside. Now, before you disconnect the fuel line, you need to put in a rag. There is going to be fuel coming down. Not much, just what's inside the line. Because as soon as you disconnect, the valve up top will close. So, and at that point, you gotta, unlike the manual says, push down and then pull, you gotta, because this is upside down, you gotta push up the little collar up towards the tank, and then wiggle the connector down. And it's horrible because there is barely enough space in there. Those are the occasions I wish I had a smaller hand. And there it is, right here. There is another one, it's two of them. And yeah, as I said, right now with one end I was pushing in the collar, and with the other one I was wiggling and pulling the connector down. I'll show you on the bench once the tank is out.
2 hours later.
And now that everything is disconnected, we can finally grab the tank and pull it out. Here we go. One Scrambler tank is out. Now that we have the tank off, I can actually show you what's actually going on under the tank. You have this connector over here, which is the connector for the fuel pump, where that connector from the bike goes in. You have the ground connector over here, this little thingy, and then you have those two fuel ports, one per side over there. And what goes in there, it's this little elbow is what is attached to the fuel hoses on the bike. Those are known to break off. They usually break off at the elbow over here, at the attachment over here. So if you're pulling it out and this breaks, know that it's normal. And those are cheap, I think $7-8, depends where you are. But let me show you how this one goes in and how it's supposed to come out. Come a little closer. If you guys look inside over here, there are 4 little tabs. They go in and out, and those are the ones that actually pinch in the collar over here. Ducati says to push down on this. This is usually slightly up, but if it's up like that, the tooth will not recede. So you push this one down, and now the little tooth can recede inside. It's a very small movement. It's about 1 millimeter coming up and down, and it's not that you push down and the teeth will open up. You push down to remove the lock that prevents them from opening up. But the way this thing is coming out is not freely, as everybody thinks, including me before I did it. So this thing goes in there and pushes in. And now it's in there and it's solid. With this thing pulled up, this thing is not coming out. The way they want you to do it is, as you push the gray collar down, you're supposed to wiggle this thing out again. And that solves the mystery on how this thing goes in and out. It's not as easy as the manual says. Don't force it. Those are cheap. Those cannot be replaced. So if you break those, they want you to replace the whole pump, but there is a trick. You can actually, if you break those collars over here, you can actually replace them with a zip tie. It's not great, but it'll work. It'll keep this thing in there. When you put the tank back on the bike, obviously go in reverse. So put the tank on and keep it lift up. And then first thing to do is that drain line and the vent line up front. So I'm gonna plug them in. Once those are attached, it's time to go with the fuel line. And just like before, put the screws back in reverse. Don't forget the little washer behind the Torx over here. At this point, if you remove the collar back on, so in the end we removed the fuel tank. It wasn't quite that difficult, it just need a lot of patience and wiggling. Watch out, because those fuel union, those L-shaped thingy, they're prone to break because the plastic that was used. So it's, if you guys take a ride in the forums, you'll see those things breaking off all the time. If it does, don't worry about it, just push in, pull out, grab a needle nose pliers, pull it out and put a new one. As I said, the new ones are cheap. And that's it. I finally show you guys how to remove a scrambler tank. And good luck at this point. And on that note, thank you very much to my patrons, because they're making all of this possible. So become a patron, helps a lot. If you don't want to become a patron, subscribe, it's free, why not? And if you like the video, like, comment and share, and whatever else you can think of. Other than that, right on, and I'll see you next time.